Hi, I'm Rissi Palmer, and I am here to talk to you as a former on fire girl and a former single girl and now married woman. I've been married for 6 years, and I have a 4 year old daughter. And I just kind of want to talk about some of the virtues and wonderful things about single life that I miss. A lot of times married women don't talk about this. Like everybody's always talking about how wonderful and amazing marriage is. And it is. Marriage is great. And I love my husband to death. And I wouldn't trade our family for the world. But there are still things that when I see my girlfriends and we talk about, their dating and meeting people and being married and that sort of thing, there are things that I tell them, I don't know, girl, you kind of got it better than me in that way. I think a lot of times people look at married people and single people look at married people and put them on a pedestal or think that they have insights or something that, single people don't have, or like, that we have something that you don't have. Yes, we're married, but that doesn't make us better or wiser all the time. Um, I definitely don't have the secret to meeting a man. So I apologize. If you're looking at this video for that, honey, I'm sorry. I don't know how to get a man. Mine just happened to come along. I wasn't looking for him. And if you knew anything about my dating past, you wouldn't ask me anyway. And I think that I am I am armed with the knowledge of 6 years of marriage and many many years of being single and being able to compare and contrast those two things. And so I want to tell you some of the wonderful things that you have that I don't have, and also just kind of give you some advice on how I think you can maximize this time that you have. um, First of all, take advantage of the fact that you can be selfish with your time. You have all the time in the world right now. And I know it probably doesn't feel like that. And you got your job and you got your hobbies maybe or whatever, but honey, you got time. Like you got time that I don't have. Like I can remember being able to spend hours on the phone with my girlfriends, and with the exception of a few friends, I can't really do that anymore, because without someone asking me for food or someone asking me to do something, there's some sort of cosmic law that anytime mommy has a phone up to her ear, suddenly everybody needs something. Or everyone, in my case, I'll be in the kitchen and I'll be talking, and then like 15 people, there's not even 15 people in my house, but 15 people will suddenly be asking me questions and wanting things and talking to each other and singing songs and turning TVs up and things of that nature. Yeah. Children and husbands have a way of figuring out when you're quiet or when you're doing something for yourself and completely ruining that. So just take advantage of your selfish time. Read a book. Read as many books as you can. I have now resorted to listening to books on tape because there's so many things that I want to read, and the pile, like I love reading, and the pile of books on my desk has become obscene. And so, like, to be able to just kind of breeze through and to be able to multitask while still enriching my mind, I have to listen to books on tapes. So read as many books as you can. Have brunch. Go out with your girlfriends. Have lunch. Go out by yourself. Like I used to love to go to the movies by myself, and I know that it sounds really weird, but it was nice. Like it was nice to be able to just kind of sit and enjoy the movie. And if you want to talk to the screen, if you're that type of person, I'm that person, you can go do that and no one's embarrassed to be with you. Um, like now when we go to the movies, a lot of times my husband and I will compromise. And this time we'll go see what you want to see, or next time we'll go see what you want to see. But not not every time does it, like, are we interested in the same things. So there's a lot of compromising. And I think actually marriage, one of the biggest things about marriage that people tell you but you may not really grasp is how much compromise there is. You are not on your own agenda. At least you shouldn't be. You're not on your own, just on your own page. Like, you have to make decisions that involve everyone, and you have to consider everyone's needs and thoughts and feelings, and even for something as simple as what you're making for dinner. Like, it's not just about you. So when it is about you, make sure that you enjoy that it's about you. Because once you get married and once you have children, it really is not about you anymore. So much so that they now encourage women to like to take me time and that sort of thing. Because you really do. You get caught up in the fact that it's not all about you anymore. Something as simple as like sleeping in your bed by yourself. It sounds really silly. And like right now, you're like, it would be so nice to have someone to cuddle with. Yes, it is wonderful to have somebody to cuddle with. And especially when it's cold and you can put your feet on them and they warm them up and it's nice. But the flip side of that is that you're in bed with someone else and they stretch out and do the starfish. And then next thing you know, you're like one leg out like a kickstand trying to stay in the bed. This is a true story if you can't tell. When my little one gets sick, sometimes she'll come down and get in the bed. And I have literally been awakened and realized that I am holding myself in my bed with my leg. So, I remember when I used to have my big old bed when I was single and lay across it however I want to and spread out and kick the covers off and all kinds of stuff. But like, again, you have another person sharing your bed. So the plus side, you got a person sharing the bed with you. The downside, you got another person in the bed with you. So just enjoy that. Going to the bathroom by yourself. That sounds funny, but I haven't been to the bathroom by myself in 4 years. There is always a little tiny human staring at me or asking me questions or sticking their little fingers underneath the door or, Mommy, what are you doing? Where are you? At all times. I actually had to relearn how to close the door when I go to the bathroom because I'm just so used to just people just walking up and opening the door when I'm on the toilet. Enjoy going to the bathroom by yourself. Enjoy being able to, enjoy the fact that you are in a space where everything and anything is possible. And I'm not saying that I don't have that anymore, but my possibilities are linked to my husband and to my child. And you have unlimited possibilities open up to you. Like my pastor on Sunday did a really amazing sermon about the waiting room and being in a waiting room and having an anointing on your life and an appointment and fulfilling your appointment and getting to the point where you're ready to fulfill your anointing. And he compared it to being in a waiting room. And there's a lot of things that you can do. You can either sit and be patient and take advantage of the time that you have in the waiting room, or you can allow yourself to get distracted. And you ladies have an amazing opportunity right now to take advantage of your time in the waiting room. And that means that you can get your finances together, because your finances, once you're married, will be linked to another person. which means that if you don't have your taxes in order, if you don't have your finances in order, if you got bills, if you've got crazy debts, if you have weird spending habits or whatever, now you have another person that's looking at you like, what are you doing? Why do I have to pay for this? And so the best way to come into a situation is with both of you, if it is possible. Now I realize that not everybody has the opportunity to change and fix that right away, but you should definitely be working towards getting that together and becoming more financially responsible and financially independent. Like, it's nice when two capable people get together and build something awesome together. Like, it's nice. I'll give an example from my own life. I am a musician, and when my husband and I got married, I had some tax issues that I was in the process of trying to fix, but weren't completely together by the time we got married. And so, due to some miscommunications and things of that nature, my husband got drawn into my tax issues, and we had to solve them together. Thank God that he was an extremely understanding person. And also, we had discussed this before we got married, so he knew this. But, I have a lot of pride, and I've been an extremely independent person most of my life. And so that was hard for me. But I'm telling you this so that you get yours together. Get to know yourself. Get to know what your boundaries are. Get to know what your desires are. What are your passions? What are you passionate about? What are you excited about? Get happy. Like, figure those things out and figure out what your happiness is, because when you're married, you don't really get the opportunity to do a whole lot of, I'm just going to take this time to just focus on myself. You don't really get that, because dinners have to be made, decisions have to be made, household chores have to be done. Like, there's just a lot of responsibility that comes along with marriage that you don't necessarily have when you're single. So you have the time to put in the work and do these things now, so that you're not having to do catch up when you get married, because now his issues are your issues and your issues are his issues. And then when you got a baby, then the baby's issues are your issues. And so just figure out the ins and outs of you, and what you want and what you're looking for and what you're working towards and what you're going for. And just look at this as a blessing. Don't look at, and I know that that's a weird and hard thing to say, but really look at this time as a blessing. I look back on my single life, and I'm a former on fire girl myself, and there was a lot of fasting and there was a lot of praying right before my husband and I got together. And there was a lot of time that I wish that I had spent on trying to get myself ready. Not so much because I wanted a man and I wanted to get my life together because I wanted a man, but because I just wanted to live my life being together, as opposed to just being crazy and just doing whatever for the sake of doing whatever. And I lived, and I enjoyed being single, and I look at it fondly. There are a few things, of course, that I wish I had done differently, but for the most part, I think I took advantage of my single time. And I just wish that I had taken more time to look at the anointing that God was possibly going to give me of a family, of being a wife and being a mother, and really kind of gotten into that and dove into that a lot more. Get to know God. Get your relationship right with God. Because if you want a God-fearing man and you want to raise God-fearing children, then you've got to be that. You have to be that woman and to attract that kind of man and that kind of life. And, there's always time, and God's grace is wonderful, but there's not that much time. So you definitely want to try to take advantage of that grace that God's given you, because that's what this is right now. I truly believe that this time in your life, when you're waiting for whatever that next thing is, and you're not where you used to be, but you're not where you're going, there's grace in that. And just take advantage of that grace. Take advantage of your single time and your grace, and travel, see the world. Like, I wanted to see all of the world, and I got to do quite a bit of traveling in my life because of my career choice, and just because I'm kind of a gypsy spirit. And I'm so grateful for that, because now when we plan vacations, we have to plan vacations around, well, the 4-year-old has to be in bed by 8 o'clock. And do we bring a babysitter? Well, no, we can't bring a babysitter because that's extra expensive. And so, we have to forego certain things because we are now traveling with a child. And if we don't travel with a child, then we got to figure out if grandma's available to watch her. And, we got to make sure that grandma's down with that. And it's just a lot of logistics that you don't have to think of when you're a single woman. You can literally go online right now, buy a plane ticket, and go wherever you should want to go. And so I think if you're financially able to do that, do that. Go on the trips. Go see the world. Go see other things. Go experience other things. Then you can bring that into your life and let that enrich you and change you. And you're better for it. Just most importantly, don't think of yourself as less than, because you're not. You are exactly what you're supposed to be. And just because I'm married doesn't mean that I'm a better woman than you, or that I have more God's favor than you. That's not true. Like, everybody has their thing. Everybody has their blessings in the time that they're supposed to have them. And you're getting yours. You will get yours. Enjoy this blessing that God has given you now, that you are alive, that you are in good health, that you are aware, that the fact that you're even doing this website right now, the fact that you're even here says that you're thinking about it. And that's a beautiful, wonderful thing. So just grow. Use this time to grow. Look at this as you're in a garden. You are a fabulous sunflower of various detail and color. And you're growing into something amazing that's going to be beautiful one day. Fully developed and wonderful and amazing. And you are concentrated on that, on how to become this fully developed, beautiful flower. And marriage does not make you that. You make you that. God makes you that. Anything that you don't get together now is not going to go away when you're married. It's actually probably going to become worse. And it's going to be something that you both have to deal with. So, yes, get your life and get it together and do it now. And go to the P by yourself. And sleep in your bed and in a starfish formation. And don't worry about, kick your covers off, girl, because you can do that. Go on a vacation because you can do that. Talk to your girlfriends all day on the phone because you can do that uninterrupted. Go eat. Go eat good food. I got to eat places that are loud because my child is loud. I can't go anywhere cute with a 4-year-old. Have you tried to go somewhere cute with a 4-year-old? It's not cute. It doesn't work. So you eating all the cute food places and wear your cute shoes and your clothes and your cute jewelry before your child throws up on them. You go do that. You go have a good time. Sleep. Sleep in. I miss sleeping in. Sleeping in for me is now 8 a.m. And that's a very rare day that I get to do that. So sleep in and make waffles for dinner. Actually, I still do that. But anyway. Just enjoy it. Take advantage of it. Anything that you've ever wanted to do it now. Because you may not get an opportunity to do it, or it may be a long time before you get to do it. And, marriage is a lot of sacrifice. It's wonderful sacrifice if it's what you want to do, but it's sacrifice. So before you start having to make sacrifices, be selfish. It's okay. I give you permission. Tell them Rissi told you to be selfish. You can do that. Y'all have a good night.